Hello, and welcome to another episode of the Good Boxing Podcast with your host, Josh Size. Just to start off the jump, I noticed the glasses. Yes, I know I have them on. I recently just got LASIK and I have to put these on because sunlight really is bothering me and my eyes are kind of a little irritated. But I figured, why not? I'm a little bored, can't really train, can't really do much of anything. So why not create? So, welcome to another episode of the Good Boxing Podcast. Let's do this. I'm really late on this topic, so I just wanted to kind of touch on it. Dilian Whyte demolished Alexander Povetkin. I'm not sure what people thought would happen, but I looked at the film, I saw the first fight, I mentioned that whole concept about how Dilian Whyte was trying to block the left hook to the body and the left uppercut snuck up the middle. But this time they made the tactical adjustments. And in a minute or less, I'm just going to tell you, Dilian Whyte dominated. He did everything right. He had a very good, strong jab. I loved his right hand. It looked pretty disciplined. It was landing with a lot of power and authority. And his hook is second to none. I mean, in the heavyweight division, Dilian Whyte, for the exception of a maybe, I want to say Andy Ruiz probably has the best hook in the division. That's my opinion. But Dilian Whyte's hook is pretty solid. So Dilian Whyte did his thing, demolished Alexander Povetkin. In the beginning, a lot of people were trying to say, oh, Alexander looked off balance, like there was something wrong. Dilian Whyte was what was wrong with Alexander Povetkin. He hit him with some hard shots, and look, Dilian Whyte looked strong. It looked like he came prepared. He looked physically capable. He looked physically just strong. Like he really wanted to take this fight seriously, and he wanted to kind of propel himself back into the heavyweight division picture. And he did exactly what he was supposed to do. He dominated Alexander Povetkin, came out swinging, and stopped him in spectacular fashion. This version of Dilian Whyte gives anybody an issue, for the exception of maybe Tyson Fury, because Tyson Fury is tall. He could really keep Dilian Whyte at bay, and I could see Tyson Fury maybe making him get a little too wild, then he makes him pay. But Anthony Joshua, Deontay Wilder, Andy Ruiz, all of these fights are now culpable and reasonable because I feel this version of Dilian Whyte can give any heavyweight a run for their money. Is Dilian Whyte one of the top five heavyweights in the division? Arguably, you can say that right now. If he puts it all together, stays measured, and kind of approaches things with a controlled chaos where he's not too wild, but he does take risks, right? You have to take risks in order to get high rewards. If you're not going to take a risk, you're not going to win a fight. And Dilian Whyte, say what you want about him, has taken many risks and sometimes he's fallen short, but one punch in the heavyweight division can change the complexion of a career. And Dilian Whyte is certainly one of those fighters. I'm curious to see who he's going to be in next with. I know Otto Wallin recently just called him out, but I think Dilian Whyte does want to put his aim at the bigger fish in the division. I think it would make sense if Dilian Whyte gets in after Andy Ruiz fights Chris Arreola with maybe a Andy Ruiz, even though I could see Andy Ruiz fighting more of a Deontay Wilder, given the fact that they're still under the same umbrella. You have PBC with Andy Ruiz, Deontay Wilder with PBC Showtime, or maybe Canelo kind of convinces Andy Ruiz to leave PBC and ride along with the Canelo team with Matchroom. And then that would provide an opportunity where Andy Ruiz could potentially fight Dilian Whyte. And then you will line up with the winner or the loser of the Tyson Fury Anthony Joshua um, extravaganza. Apparently, that fight's supposed to be made soon, so who knows? But the heavyweight division right now is rocking and rolling. And Dilian Whyte, I'm so happy that you were able to kind of reconcile a very bad loss in your career. Hard work, dedication, you put in the work in the gym. I like what the trainer of Dilian Whyte, who clearly worked with Lennox Lewis. You even saw that in the first round where he had a nice high guard. That left arm and that left jab looked very solid. And he was balanced. You saw when his punches landed that they were authoritative and they weren't where he was winging them and kind of throwing arm shots. So I'm very happy for Dilian Whyte. And that's kind of just what I wanted to talk on and just release a short little touch on it because fight's already a couple days old and I don't want to beat on a dead horse. So that's the episode for today. I'm going to come out with another episode and in a couple another episodes. I'm putting these back up, but I just wanted to kind of create. I'm bored and I want to keep the workflow going. Thank you so much for your patience. And honestly, I'm very excited to show you what's coming next. I have a nice, cool little intro. The channel's gonna look totally different. The quality is gonna look very different. Give me 2, 3 weeks, and this operation is gonna look very, very good. Have a great day, and I'll see you in the next episode.